Hi, and welcome back to another Scent Notes video. I'm, as always, Sean Mayer. I'm the perfumer and the owner and the only person who is affiliated with Mayer Olfactive and Chateau Luxe. Today I'm going to talk about a new release for Mayer Olfactive. So new, in fact, it is out today. Legato. It is a limited edition release that I just came out with, something I've been working on for a while, something I've been thinking about even longer. I've always kind of wanted to do an oud-focused perfume, but I kind of just didn't know how to do it in a way that hasn't been done already, and I just didn't want to just, use the oud and put it in some oil, or put it in some alcohol, and then just make a perfume that's oud, because all I'm doing is buying a nice ingredient, putting it in alcohol and selling it. It's like I'm not a perfumer at that point. I'm just a person who's passing along something that's really incredible. But oud is so multifaceted that it's hard to find, there are some go-tos that, rose and oud, things like that, that are really like done, and it's a really great combination. It's great. I mean, I love it. I love some of those perfumes, but I don't think that there's, I wanted to do something that hadn't been contributed to the oud world before, something that was, something that was a little bit more unique to my voice as well. So when I was creating Legato, I started off thinking about, just collecting a bunch of different ouds, trying them out. And I landed on three that I think complemented each other really well. They kind of run the gamut, the entire spectrum. So you're gonna have one, it's a Cambodian oud. That one is just kind of a really polite oud. It's, it's pretty agreeable, it's rich, it's kind of, got a little bit of a cocoa, type note, a little woody, just kind of musky, just, your typical type of oud, nothing too offensive. That came in tandem with the Thai oud. The Thai oud is just on, is out there. That is one that is in your face. It is a oud, like capital O oud. That one is going to be like, it's woody, kind of medicinal, and it's definitely just, up in your face. And then kind of in the middle there is this one, Apache and Pearl oud. That one is going to be just kind of splits the difference between the middle, or splits the difference between the two, goes down the middle. Put two expressions together there. It splits the difference. It goes down. It is rich. It's got that rich, musky kind of cocoa leather type bottom note to it, but it is woody, but it's not like as medicinal as the Thai oud. So it does a really good job like bringing those two together and just like playing mediator between the two. So I was spilling those three, and I was combining them, and I just kind of wanted to, let it take me. I didn't want to go in with a preconceived notion. I wanted it to take me where I needed to, go with it. So it is going to have a lot of my signatures, a lot of my natural instincts are on display, because I just wanted to just let it take me where I, just use my instincts, just don't think about it too much, just like really find what the oud is telling me it wants to combine with. So my first thought was a stone fruit, which I know I use a lot, but I think that I wanted to make it really rich and juicy. It's something that would go really well with that, deep, dark oud smell. So it would kind of be, really work in tandem. They wouldn't juxtapose as much as just go together really well. So I made a plum accord, and I used a lot of the same things I always do, with the DMBCB, pyroprunat, those type of things. Then I added a bigger dose of fructose because I wanted it to be like sweeter and juicier. On top of that, I use the apricot essential oil that I get from Liberté. That is, it is just spot on the smell of that juicy flesh inside of an apricot when you bite into it, right underneath the skin. It doesn't really have that green skin taste. It's just like, or smell, either way, you taste that. You know where I came from with that. So anyways, I get off track easily. So that goes together well, but then I needed to find a juxtaposition. I wanted to find a way to counterpoint those stone fruits. So I used a white Lotus Absolute, which is has like some rose type qualities, but it isn't really. It's just in that lush, the feeling of rose, how lush it is, but maybe not that pink smell of it. Is going to be a little bit more spicy. Going to have like more of a white flower feel, almost like carnation territory in a way. And so that worked really well with a saffron essential oil that I had. So that saffron, again, it's very spicy, but it's also leathery. So it really ties in with oud really well, pulls that white lotus in there and helps it work together. Finally, I added a Virginia cedar, which is like what I feel like I really, really think about whenever I think about a red cedar. The red cedars I grew up smelling whenever I, would, when I was a kid, going around to the lumber yard, things like that. So Virginia cedar is really like, it smells like a damp redwood almost in a way, but it's really spicy. It's got that zang of like just that red cedar just bite to it. So it goes really well and adds a lot of texture to the bottom end. Key kind of really pulls out some of the stuff from the oud, can really just get really dense. So I wanted to add a little bit to kind of break it up a little bit. And I think it worked really well where it kind of works with the saffron, but also works on its own as well to really just liven up the oud and really bring out some of its more like nuanced qualities that you can really miss when you smell it on its own. So I think everything together goes really well with Legato, and I think that it turned out really great. The only thing is oud and white lotus are just astoundingly expensive, and I'm just like everybody else, like supply chain issues have hurt, the slowdown of the economy, so I just couldn't afford to make a big batch. So what I did was I made 10 milliliter bottles in a very small batch. So I did a small batch. I wanted to be able to give more people a chance to get it by doing the 10 milliliter bottles, but also like, I couldn't make a huge batch. So I'm doing a limited edition. If people like it, I might make some more. I've probably sold about a third of it so far. So we have about 2/3 left. It came out. So I don't know what it's going to be like. It's been a really great response so far, and I'm just insanely grateful for that because, been some lean months as just like everybody else has experienced. So that's been really awesome, and I thank everybody, but we still have about 2/3 of the release left. You can come get some at merylfactive.com, and I want to thank everybody who got a chance to smell it, who's really said some great things about it. And I also want to thank people who are just being really supportive. I'm not sure what 2023 holds. I haven't really thought that far ahead, and I'm going to try to get into some, after the holiday rush, really get into some composing some stuff, get back into the creative mindset again. But for now, I think this is a really great release, and I'm really excited about Waking Dream, and I think Red Skies was great too. I think it's been a great year, and I really, despite everything that's been going on in the world, everybody's been really great and supportive, and I appreciate it. I look forward to hearing what people think when they get Legato, and thanks so much. I will talk to you soon.